Peace, peace. Peace and hard and welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. So you see the title. Beatmakers Academy. Beatmakers Academy. This is a introduction and I guess you could say the introductory course to Beatmakers Academy. Why? Because I was just recently asked again, Rob, can you show me how to make beats? Someone really wants to make beats. Throughout my career, I guess you would say, and my lifetime, my fun, my essence of me creating this life that I tremendously desire, love, and enjoy. People have asked me to help them out with making beats, and in that I never really saw the seriousness of it, as I'm continuously just going and flowing with mine. Let's say that, if you can hear that. And I hear me saying that, yeah, thank you, God. I'm always learning in myself, and we learning each other and learning things and learning about ourselves. So me just hearing myself say that, people will ask me to make beats, but it's not that I didn't want to assist them. It's I'm so much in the, at that time, lack of better terms and words. Check, check, check. Mic, mic, check. Whew. Check. Okay, cool. We good. Just making sure we got some little, yeah, mic. And just like right now, I'm learning and I'm seeing. In those times, I'm always learning and I'm balancing. I'm teaching myself and growing. And so I'm so much in that challenge and that defining time, moment, period, era, decade, you know what I'm saying, presence of my life. So it's not necessarily that I'm ignoring people, because I give them tips, I'll give them some things. I would share with them what I would have. It's really my memories come back. That I've gave so many people this machine template. I have the machine, so we're gonna go over that. Some ways that you can. Where we at? So people, I'm on 2 cameras, and this one in the back. So the ways that you can make beats. I started in FL Studio. We're gonna get in there in a second. And then I escalated to the machine, is where I really found my passion, because I learned about MPCs, which are music production studios. They have a few different names. So Media Production Center, you know what I mean? But music production studio, a music production console, music production center. Machine was the most fun for me because of the colors and everything, let's say that, and what it offered at the time. I have my other one in the back over here. So tonight we'll be going through some ways of making beats. How would you get started? Where do you go? What do you know? What do you need? What do you seek? You know what I mean? If you don't know where to go. So here's your introduction. There's 2 different ways that I would know to go about making a beat in a production. And start with a penciling in or playing. Penciling in would be, let's go ahead and go straight into it. I'm going to another screen now. There we are. So we're in FL Studio. FL Studio will be a DAW, which is called a digital audio workstation. This is the production center in which you can make beats. The piano has a little small DAW on it, so you can make beats there as well. But this is where I allow and I love to. So from the piano, you would still have to need to transfer that to a computer or somewhere to get what you need. With this digital audio workstation on a computer, you already have the ability to transfer those files to any other medium or template just about everywhere. It provides a waves, MP3s, AIFs, Pro Tools files. It's so many different names and files, and I'm trying to think what would be formats in which you could save your audio, because this keyboard formats are the way, the computer formats are the way as well. So that's the first thing to learn when you're making and creating your own beats. You will be starting with whatever production center or workstation that you're using, but you will eventually be transferring those to files and or a final form, which is called a song, a beat, you know, a track, things like that. So we're inside FL Studio, and the first thing I had on my notes, like I said, let's get into what we're saying, penciling in or playing the beat. So I'll do my best. All right, we pull up the step sequencer. All right. So in the step sequencers in FL Studio, this is what you first start with. You have a way, before we get into beats, we're just gonna show you how you can play or pencil in. So penciling in, I would come in here to the, first of all, we need the sound. Let's find the sound. Let's use Master for now. All right. I saw the MoDX, so let's see if we can see if it'll read the MoDX. Yeah. So, first things we need are a sound. So now that we have a sound, we can come into the piano roll and just pencil in the sound. Let's see if this guy's gonna play. What is it saying? David, seeing that on over. Let's go back to mashup. Still working with this. So we're in mashup and we have, should be a default sound. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now, so if you see that, so penciling in is just putting in the sound. You can hear if I hit play. You got a sound, right? Now playing the sound is actually coming on what is called one of these media keyboards. Media meaning MIDI. MIDI is MIDI, music interface digital input. So this is a music interface so that we can put media or music on, which is called notes. See how I'm playing that? And if I hit record, now I'm gonna delete that note I put in there and I hit record on this program. And now I recorded that in there, so I played. So you understanding? Let's keep it moving on. Now, so the two ways penciling in or playing, these are two different styles of creating beats or music or productions. And I'll be adding things in here. So I'm recording this as well for the website, and we're also live right now. So, I want to do this for a live version, make it easier, and I can go back and edit it before I upload it to the website. Answering any and all questions in between, because we will also be adding any and all custom beats requests, or somebody has a specific question, let's say that maybe we're not answering your question, you want to create music in a certain way, let's say that, because everyone creates music differently. Say that you don't use any of these mediums and you just have an instrument that you play and you just need the microphone, in which, you know what I'm saying, you want to finally put it inside the computer, reach out and we do those as well. So, but still that would go towards playing. And that would be more so music production training, how we producing music and editing and engineering. And we do those as well. Here we're doing just music production and beats right now. So that's what we have. The key essence, the factor that you can play, or you could pencil in instrumentation into your DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. In order to create and make beats, you're gonna need hardware, so what you're playing on, a PC, a computer, keyboards as MPCs, like I said, the drum machine, whatever, however you make your beats. I can hook this up and make beats as well. And you'll need some music theory. In music theory, we're gonna talk about how we're playing. Let's go back into FL Studios. And for now, we're gonna go ahead and mute this instrument. And let's try and turn this keyboard up. Cause now we're external. So this is not from this internal computer. This is just this keyboard. Oops. I will need to turn off this instrument on the inside. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna turn them down for now. There we go. And let's get our audio up for our keyboard more. Turn this up some more so y'all can hear it. And I can hear it too. I'm barely hearing it. All right, so now that's the attributes of what we're gonna start at here, talking about music theory. So music theory is what are we presenting and are displaying to our audience, because music is pretty much a figure of speech of information, but it's most likely and more intunely reciprocated as auditorially, so auditorially we hear it through our audio and through our ears, but it's still considered as information. Think about when you hear a song and it makes you feel a type of way, so that's still some information that came into your body and you're like, oh yeah, I agree when I feel this. I feel hype. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel this way. The great thing about it is learning a music theory. Learning music theory is your music theory mostly. I learned my music theory because you can learn others, but the ending of you playing your instrument is you learning your music theory, learning and seeing what type of information and message you would like to relay, So music theory is what type of chord progressions. I started with that's the 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, 5. I learned with that. I started there because I was started in gospel. So with me starting in gospel, I'm learning more of the church and so learning this, that's my music theory, that's my background. Also learning how I could take some of these and put them in also a church groove. Then seeing how I could take this to the, what you would say, gospel to the world, what we can do. This Erykah Badu. see what I'm saying? So because I had that church background or church theory, I was able to infuse it with world music, artistry music. Cause I can't say world, cause it's all music. Erica Badu, most of soul, let's say that. And cause that church gave me that soul, that type, it was easy for me to understand and interpret my musical theory, understand others, to create and be a beat maker. So beat making, I was thinking about that before I got on. It did provide a great amount of my income when I first started. Not necessarily more so now. I like to get back into this or get forward in that where the beat making does provide a great income. I would like to create great tracks for people. It's just me finding my new way and new age of doing that, let's say that. Because remembering going when I'm telling with you and sharing with you is how do I want to relate that information, what type of message do I want to relate. And I've had all types, as well as still being an artist, finding and discovering my artistic way of expression of the music and the artistry in which I'm creating. So music theory is huge. We'll be expounding and talking more about music theory from chord progressions, from starting from the C's, from the keys to the majors and the minors, any and all things with music production and music theory. Second, we'll be going into beats and bars, key signatures, octaves, and transposing. Once you understand how to that 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4 bars and 4 beats, you'll be understanding going into a program like Fruity Loops is come back in FL Studios, how to make this progression a 4-bar loop. So let's cut this back on. Master. Let's find a more pleasing sound. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, so that's 4 bars. I said 6, but 4 bars and that's 4 beats. And you see how I did that without the ending this stuff on before and it's automatically going in? That's because I automatically have that timer in my head. And don't get it twisted, I also came from the church and the music where we don't necessarily play on key and everything all the time. Not necessarily on key, on beat. Some notes may be. You see what I'm saying? And maybe a little off time because we're catching more of a feeling. But in music production and beats, you kind of want to be on time for the most part because that's what's driving the beat. So that's bars and beats. Next, when we come to transposing is key because you want to be able to learn how to transpose your melodies. And we're going to go back into that melody. So hear this melody. We transpose, which is meaning we're just going up from the key of F to the key of F sharp. We're going up one key, so we can transpose as many keys we want to. So here we go. That's F. Let's go to F sharp. Or we can go up a whole octave. You see what I'm saying? And we go down. And this is important and key because these are all the same melody, but it can provide different types of information and or feeling. So once again, as we shared, what are you trying and to progress or project or share with someone and have them feel as far as information from the music and the media you're sharing with them? This is important because when you're using transposing octaves going up and down, it could relate. Okay, I want a high vibration song. Okay, I want some higher octaves, but I also want to mix that with some lows to keep and create some balance. These are important attributes about music production. Once again, this was supposed to be a introductory course. I know and I hope what I know, that you have all the information that you need so far. Ending with this introductory course, we dive more and more deeper into the creations and the workings of how to make beats more and more uh, inside the robbiebeats.org courses. So this video will be put inside the introduction for the robbiebeats.org courses. Once you dive in, you will see more of what we have available. For now, most videos will be on request before so that we can fill the website up. Otherwise, I will be making videos that I see that people are needing. Until then, I ideally ask that you request a video because we want to get more specific in 2025 because 2025 things have come alive and things have changed. As we wrap up, you're going to find more so inside the course. There are so many different ways of making beats right now. So like I said, I can make a beat on this keyboard. I can make sounds from the keyboard, sounds from the computer. I can create my own sounds. I'm a sound designer. I can, come on, there's AI. We can automate beats. There are loops. There are pre-made loops. Let's go over this real quick inside of FL Studio. So say I don't know how to necessarily make a beat and I'm wanting to learn from some type of inspiration. You can go inside here and as we're picking our sounds for a beat, let me go inside of one of my drum kits that I made and let me give you some. Oh, that's somebody else's drum kit. Let me go inside of mine. And my drum kits are available at robbiebeats.org. You'll see them there. Let's go into the Six Black drum kit. So Six Black is an artist. I love him, his music, and his sound when he first came out. I dedicated and created a drum kit to him a long time ago. It's still available at robbiebeats.org. A lot of people have requested it, gotten it. They love this drum kit. It's still one of my greatest and best drum kits that I had best hitting 808s. So gutty and sounding, everything so clear and pristine. And the thing about my drum kits is all of them I pretty much created these notes to the full spectrum. So if you need or wanted to learn how to engineer these drum kits are great for you. So the clap, it has the full spectrum of the full clap. And you can EQ in, out, whatever you need or don't need. That's why I made those this way. Sometimes you go to those drum kits that kind of always the EQ, but you won't like the clap, but you may not be able to use it. So at robbiebeats.org, all my drum kits are like that. Maybe the first few ones, I apologize. They're the ultimate trap pack. We were doing kind of like sounds like the industry, but now in all the rest of the drum kits, they're pretty open and they're pretty customizable. That's what a drum kit is supposed to be. It's supposed to be having a kit and the sound so that you can go in and make it go up or down in the beat. So that's what type of sounds you'll be needing in that beat as well. You'll also be needing sounds, drum kits, and things to create the sound or the beat that you wanted to make. So robbiebeats.org supplies those drum kits that you need and those sounds. So let's go into some samples. Like I said, let's give you some ideas of what it may sound like when someone has already made a beat. And maybe you don't have any type of influence, but you just want to get an idea, okay, what type of beats can I make? So I'm going to go into some of my samples and my loops here. Then you got the kicks, you heard the 808s. Let's do some samples. And I just have some random samples here. These are all different type of sounds. And give you ideas of what could you do with this sound here. So we can cut this sound. And cuts means that the sound doesn't repeat too much. You see what I'm saying? So now you have a loop already with just one sound from someone else. Say you couldn't make your own loop. You can just come in here. We can go to our piano roll. And we could just drag this out for 4 bars. Remember we created a 4-bar loop. Well, maybe you don't remember because you haven't headed over to robbiebeats.org and found out about the beats and the beats just yet. All right. Let's see here. The bars and the beats. That's what I'm saying. Bars and beats are very important because when a rapper is creating or a singer is creating their song, they're going to create it to however many bars and beats you're making as well, which make up the whole beat. So what I was doing was just showing, like I said, once again, say you don't know how to make the beat yet, you can pull in the sample, and then it's important knowing how to uh, learn a few things about sampling is timing, putting the sample and time inside your beat, and that'll be more so the timing we need. Hey, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, I got so I know. And it's just a little off, but it's all good. Because we're not necessarily making a beat here with this. Ooh, I'm just playing around with it. Anyway, let's keep on with this introduction. So as we're ending, like I said, so bars and beats. Once again, let me go ahead into our introductory course. We said that we're going over to how to make beats. We can go over with penciling or playing. We can go in with two DAWs and hardware and what you would need to create a beat. We're going to music theory. What type of information, what type of sound and mood or feel are you looking to create and share with someone? Bars and beats, key signatures, octaves, and transposing. That's pretty much your basic introductory course at rawbbeats.org for music production and beat making. But we have advanced. And like I said, most of these videos will be as far as what's requested until we continue to build up that catalog of videos. I'd rather do most things live or do it in the community and in what people need. Because like I said, this day and age, you have so many things that YouTube and everybody's telling you. But and what I don't see in the industry in these pre-productions and studios, and most people don't have, they having this one certain question that someone is maybe not answering. Or Robbie Beats, I've answered a lot of them. As you can see, I have 3 keys. I got 2 machines. I have a lot. 2 cameras. I have two of everything, and I've been doing this for a while. Where I've learned to color outside the lines is what I wanted to start with. It was on my mind early. A lot of people are coloring in the lines here, but we have way defined ways where we can show you a creative way of to be in your way while you create. So, as we wrap up, and I almost kind of made a beat just as we started. So this is our introduction. We're gonna file and save this, and we'll put this into the uh, projects there at robbiebeats.org just so you guys can play around with it and have fun. So this is called Intro Project. And if you have any questions, reach out. So there you have it. There you have an introduction to how to create beats, what you're going to be needing, what it takes to make beats in 2025 at robbiebeats.org. You just saw it live, and more is coming soon to you. Peace and love and prosperity. Have fun. That's what